Hello! So you might notice something a little bit different about this video. Yeah, I did a poll and I asked, does anyone want like a Pengu party video? It was a very narrow poll, but the majority was, I think by 1 or 2 votes, that people would like to see a Pengu party video. So I'm gonna do just one, so don't worry, it's not gonna be like all Pengu party from now on. But this is Pengu Party. So the way Pengu Party works, it's like their little non-ranked little fun version that they added to the game, because they always like to add something now that the sets are a little bit longer. Like starting last set, they brought back like a set revival, and here they made this Pengu Party for the 5-year anniversary of TFT. So I don't really know anything about TFT past like the last couple sets. That's just because I pretty much only played I've only been playing for like a year, right? It's been out for 5 years. I've only been playing a year. I'm relatively new to TFT, so I don't really know any of these things. I know roughly Yordles with like their whole 3-star bullshit, because that was in set 9. Something to note is that the overarching portal for this game is Zoe Encounter. So it's a Zoe Encounter, which means that you can only have odd levels. As you can see, I'm level 3, and it'll take 12 EXP to level up. That is strictly that is because it's Zoe Encounter, right? So the way this Yordle works, apparently, what I took in Pengu Party is that if I after every player combat, I gain a unit that fits my team. So with Zoe Portal, there's 2 things that I'm thinking of, right? One of them is reroll on level 7 if I can fit a board that fits on level 7 nicely, and the other one that I'm thinking about is usually Story Weaver, right? Story Weaver is like a go-to kind of like fast 9 kind of board. Because you're really strong early and you're really strong in the mid game, and then by the time you make it to level, there's no level 8, so you just skip to level 9, and then you can find the Irelia and you can play 7 Story Weaver. So that's like my main idea here, is like I'll either play Story Weaver, but then I thought about Yordles and I was like, wait, I can play Heavenly, right? Which is pretty cool. So I look at my items and I see that I have a Kiana. I'm like, oh great, I have like really good Kiana items here, and I'm just gonna play towards what's it called? The heavenly units, right? Because basically I'm just gonna 3-star all the heavenly units. If you don't know what the Yordle, what I was reading is that it says that the level 2 of the Yordle, so you'll be offered these Pengu Party bonus traits a couple times per game, and what's it called? After I get the second Yordle upgrade. Sorry, I'm trying to figure all this shit out myself. But once you get the second Yordle upgrade, it makes it so that if you have 6 3-stars, you get like a giant bonus. So in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, that's really good. So I'll just play towards Heavenly. I'll just always get Heavenly units. I'll just play on level 7, because you can fit 7 Heavenly on 7 if you have, or 6 Heavenly on 7 if you have the Wukong, if you just natural Wukong. And I'll just play vertical Heavenly, right? And I was like, this should be fun. I think I scout in like a turn or 2. I didn't know that like these were like very common. I didn't know the Pengu Party traits were like offered. I think they're offered the same ones to like everybody, because like half the lobby is Yordle. I thought I was gonna be the only one with the Yordle one, so I wasn't really thinking much about it. I just pivot straight to Story Weaver, because when I flick through the boards, there's a guy that's Yordle Heavenly Reaper, and he has way more Heavenlies than me already. So now I'm kind of like with awkward items. Riven is an okay carry in some situations. I'm like, I can play around 3-star Riven. We all got dropped this golden remover, so I can rearrange my items pretty well. So I'll just itemize towards Riven here, and I should be strong for a lot of the early game. The problem is I picked green Kale. This was an accident. I meant to pick red Kale. I think I just like brain farted and picked the wrong one. I already have Shred, and because I'm playing towards fast level 9, I think I like red Kale a lot better. But you know what? It's fine. So here I'm just putting in all the Story Weaver units, right? I'm still playing around the encounter, which is the Zoe Encounter. Obviously, this is a for fun mode. Don't be super try hard. Try funny things and silly things, right? I was going to go Heavenly. I'm just going Story Weaver now. I really want to take like double Yordle augment, right? So when I get offered it again, I want to take Yordle again, so that I can try and go for like 3-star everybody, right? So basically, I want to go 3-star Garen, 3-star Zyra, 3-star Riven, then 3-star Zoe, 3-star Sivir, and then +1 other 3-star, right? Here I get Artifact Anvil. I think Mittens is probably the best if I'm trying to carry Riven. I already have melee items, so I might as well take one that supports a melee unit. I can also play towards Lee Sin later. Mittens with Lee Sin is really good, and Lee Sin fits in nicely into the board, because you can basically play Diana for Sage, and you can play Lee Sin for Duelist with Irelia. It's a little bit hard to fit in, because then you lose some frontline traits that you would prefer to have. if you're playing around vertical Storyweaver. But yeah, let's try it out, right? I'm kind of down. If I get a Storyweaver +1, I'll feel like I'm in a good spot. This guy got like this I think is from set 9. This is like raid boss, right? I don't know where this I don't know if it's an artifact or something. I don't know how he got it, but basically like I think this guy was gonna go do sit-ups and then heal and come off to the side. That was one of the funniest hero augments. So this was a hero augment for set, like the unit set. He was a 2-cost unit in set 9, and there was the boss, right? And he would go off and do sit-ups, and that was a hero augment that, in my opinion, was one of the most perfectly balanced hero augments. And the reason why is because it was so fucking trash for most of the set. The entire set 9, if you remember playing it, the boss was a fucking meme, and nobody ever took it. And then way towards the end of the set, it was finally good, but it was bad for like majority of the set. And it was so fun to play, because if you actually had a spot for the boss and it actually popped off, you felt like such a G. And I felt like that was like the right balance for hero augments. Or at least in set 9, I felt like the hero augments were a little bit better than this set. So seeing that, I was like, oh, it reminds me of the glory days. Because like, I'm not even that old in TFT, right? Jazz, I know Jazz because I played Jazz and that was in the previous set. I was playing last set. The thing is with Storyweaver, I don't know if I'm going to fit in a lot of Jazz traits. It really depends on how things shake out. Right, because I get Storyweaver and Bruiser for free, yes, but like some of the other ones might not work out depending on my board. Like I might not get Ultra Sage, Trick Shot, Warden, right? It really depends on how things work out. So I don't want to lock myself into Jazz here. Instead, I just took Elderwood. It just says that I get stacking armor and MR, which is good for Storyweaver, right? Because when you're playing Storyweaver, I'm Kale carry, right? So if I'm Kale carry, like who cares, right? I just need stuff. I just need my front line to be impenetrable so that my kill kind of goes nuts, right? So that's like, you know, that's the goal here at least. But also, by the way, Yordles, it's only 1, 2, and 3 cost units, by the way, in case you were wondering. Every turn it gives me a 1 cost, a 2 cost, or a 3 cost unit. Here, I feel like I'm a little bit weaker than this guy. I put my items on Sivir because Sivir's upgraded. There's also like this really specific water sprinkler Sivir board. I saw on Twitter. I don't know if it was a meme build, but some people tried it out and it's like situationally okay. I think that was back when Curseblade was still in the game though. But basically you build like double Gwinsu and you basically play around Kale carry, but you play double Gwinsu and Shiv on Sivir. If you look, my item economy is really bad. It's a for fun game, right? I made the mistake of the green Kale here. But I made Shiv anyways because I think Shiv is just really good for this comp, right? Especially for late game. I just want to slam items because I'm fast 9, right? I don't really want to hold too much on bench. Because if you hold much on bench, right, it's Zoe encounter. Remember that. So like, look, I can't go to level 6. I have to go to level 7. And then after level 7, I have to go to level 9, right? So unless I want to get stuck on level 7 and be in a reroll comp, it's usually not the right play. A lot of times, it's just better to fast 9 in these type of lobbies because more people will be greeting anyways. So you should be able to make it to 9. And then making it to 9, I can play around Irelia and like all the other units. It just sucks that I'm not Red Kale, but that's Red Kale or even Blue Kale, but I think Blue Kale is the weakest of all of them. But Red Kale would have been so much better here. But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's a for fun mode, right? I was kind of not really dialed in here. It's still hot in my room. That's why I decided to do it today because it's kind of like a heat wave again. So I'm not live playing TFT, so I thought it would be fun to do this. But anyway, look at these cute little cupcakes. Aren't these guys little cuties? I like them without the googly eyes. I like them when they're not googly eyes. I think they're a little bit cuter. Also, I just want to keep saying it. I think I'll make a post next week. I'll make multiple posts, and in all my videos, I will give instructions about the RP giveaway. That will start on Monday, and it will last an entire week. So it'll be from next Monday to the Monday after, or next Monday until the Sunday or whatever. I'll give all the details about it. Don't worry, you didn't miss out. That's why the sub goal didn't change yet, right? I'm leaving the sub goal up because I'm just, like, I just have to organize some things in my life. You know, I'm going to meet some friends tomorrow. It was my birthday. Stuff like that, right? It's a busy week for me, and it's like heat wave, so I don't want to be like organizing stuff. I'm also gonna start memberships on the YouTube channel. So now that I'm at 500 YouTube subs, there's gonna be paid memberships. You don't have to pay for the memberships. Obviously, you could just subscribe and still support the same way everybody is doing. I'm totally grateful for that. But I'm gonna give like perks. So like what I was thinking of doing is I can make like tiers where I'll do VOD reviews and I'll do one-on-one coaching sessions. I don't think I'm the most qualified, obviously, but I'm going to be heavily cheaper than a lot of the other coaching resources out there. That's what I kind of made sure to price it. So maybe like, you know, a tier membership of like $20 will give you like an hour coaching session, which is, I think, is a decent price, you know, stuff like that. Just as extra resources, right? And then like exclusive VODs and stuff like that. Nothing essential. I'm just letting you guys know about it so that if you see it, it's not like out of nowhere. I'm trying to design it and think of a fair way to do it. But a lot of those things I'll also make available, like the lower tiers that are cost like $1 or $2. I'll make it the same as like on Twitch. Like if you give me a Twitch Prime on Twitch, I'll do the same things. Like you'll get the same access, if that makes sense. So like if you already, like, I know some of you already committed like Twitch Primes and stuff because you wanted to support the channel, I'll give you like, it doesn't matter if you support me through YouTube or Twitch, I'll make sure that they both work out. That's all I want to say. I said I might as well say it in this video so that when it's like a real you know, hunker down, you know, make sure that we know what we're doing type of video, I actually do the VOD review properly. But anyways, I'm rolling a little bit here. I'm basically just rolling for a Story Weaver unit, right? Because I was 4 Story Weaver and it's level 7, so I figured I might as well commit some gold here. I was really rich, so I was able to level, and I said I can still go fast 9. I just want to be super stable this stage. I find the Galio, which is kind of crazy because I was kind of looking for a Zoe, if I have to be honest here. But I hit Galio. I'm a little bit inefficient with Bruiser. That's totally fine. I'm going to switch out the Tom Kench for somebody else later. I think it would have probably been nicer if it wasn't Zoe encounter and I had Yordle and I was playing around Story Weaver. I would definitely roll for Garen as well as Jax, right? Because the problem is now, like, even if I level up everybody, I need to pick like one other unit to be like my 6th Yordle that I want to upgrade. But anyways, I'm hoping that I just natural into the... I don't want to spend too much on a low level because I'm hoping that I'll just natural into the Sivir and the Garen. I also don't know how Yordle works here entirely because I didn't play it in the set, so I don't know it as a deep mechanic. Like, I'm assuming that if I hit 3-star Garen, it won't give me another Garen, right? When it says it gives me something that fits my team, it won't give me like the same unit. But I don't know exactly how it rolls the units. Like, does it roll a 1 cost, and if I don't have a 1 cost that it can give me, it gives me like a random 1 cost? Is that how it works? I'm not exactly sure. If you played in a previous set and you know, please tell people in the comments the inner workings of the Yordle trait so that all the Pengu party enjoyers know it a lot better than me. Or will know it a lot better than me. But yeah, I'm decently strong. I'm just playing vertical Story Weaver. This is what I expected, right? I'm making 20 gold, right? It's only 90 to level. I should be able to level to 9 in a fast 9 fashion anyways. I'm sure there's a little bit of inflated resources with the Pengu party anyways, so it kind of works out. But yeah, I just want to prioritize anti-heal here, right? If I can get a red buff, so this bow, or even a Sunfire Cape, I feel like I'm good. A lot of times when you're playing around Story Weaver, all you really need is Shred and anti-heal, right? A lot of times you pick Red Kale, you make a Shiv, and then you make a red buff or a Sunfire Cape, and then the rest of your items aren't super essential. When you're playing vertical Story Weaver, obviously there's like really good items, but a lot of times you just want frontline to protect this Kale so that the Kale can scale, because she's going to be your main carry until you hit those 5 costs on level 9, until you hit like a Wukong, until you hit an Irelia, until you hit a Rakan, right? And then the items matter on those units. But in general, you just want to slam items because you want to be strong early. Here I'm just making a bunch of tank items. I kind of have like a little bit of like a semi-Riven dual carry going on here, but that's just because originally I slammed my items thinking that I was going to play around Heavenly and Kiana reroll, and that just didn't happen, so now I'm just stuck with these items basically. It's totally fine. I can also put those on a Lee Sin eventually if I want to. I do have golden remove. I can just rearrange my items however. Right now that I have Zyra too, I put the Shiv on the Zyra, you know, stuff like that. I think I checked the Exalt, and the Exalted was Teemo. But I can't really play towards like Teemo here because I won't have enough room for the Story Weavers. And then also I didn't mention, but I took this augment because not only does it give me the 1 cost units that I need, so I'm 1 off of both of these, it also gives me a bunch of gold that helps me to easily recover my econ to fast 9, which is how I made it to like 20. It's the It's the augment, like, I forget what the augment's called, but you basically get all the 1 costs. It's actually a pretty decent econ augment because it gives you around 20 gold, right? And for a silver augment to give you 20 gold, it's like if you're in need of gold and not like something else like a combat, it's actually a really good augment a lot of the time. Or at least in my opinion, it's really good. Here I went into the conundrum now that my bench is too full. I'm not getting the last Sivir that I need, and I have this awkward amount of Garens. I decided to sell Tom Kench just so I can buy the Zoe, because I want to 3-star everything, right? Also, 3-starring them makes the Kale a little bit stronger. It's not that essential in a normal game, because like I feel like it's pretty negligible. I've played other sets with like, in every set there's basically like some augment that summons an extra unit, right? So in this set, the summon unit is the Kale. I feel like she doesn't scale that hard off of 3-star units, right? Like, I don't think there's ever been a point in the meta where playing around like 3-star Sivir, 3-star Garen, like rerolling all the Story Weavers has been like a viable comp, right? I'm sure there's very situational lines where it's good, right? But I never have seen like, oh, I'm playing Kale, time to reroll all the Story Weavers and get all 3 stars. You know what I mean? That never really happened this set. Here there's a Garen, and it makes me 1 off of Garen. So now I have to sell the Zyras because the game gave me Zyra. So now 1 off Sivir, 1 off Garen. I really need this Yordle to drop me one of these 2 units because my bench is getting ridiculous. You know, I want to. This is the problem when you try and 3-star too many things without rolling. Sometimes you just run into this conundrum where it's like, great, now I can't hold all the other units. My item economy is a little bit awkward here, right? I got another sword. I could make a Gargoyle, which is a frontline item. The thing is that I think I'd rather just make Bloodthirster for Sivir. Sorry, for Riven here. Because, like, Riven, I think, really wants... I think Riven Biss is, like, Bloodthirster and, like, those Ornn artifacts that really enable her. So, like, I forget what it's called. There's, like, the pink one that looks kind of like this. It's not Locket. It's not the Tom Kench Locket one, but it looks like this, and it's, like, pink. And then the Silvermere Dawn, the one that looks like a morning star, like this. Those 2 items are like best on Riven, and you can play Riven reroll around them. They're like enablers for that. But I got Mittens instead, so you know I'm kind of playing her like a budget Lee Sin, even though she doesn't really do anything that Lee Sin does. But this would be like a really good Lee Sin item set, you know, like Bloodthirster Mittens. But you know, she's doing work. One of my favorite units last set, so not this set, like in set 10, like the music set, I used to love Riven reroll. It was my favorite. Like, I'm not a reroller type person generally, but Riven reroll was so fucking cool. Because I just loved 8-bit. I love stacking 8-bit. I love playing around all the 8-bit units. Like, those are, like, if you watch my old VODs, like, if you just scroll past, you'll see, like, there's, like, a nugget towards the end of the set where I was just so done with the set that every single game I just hard forced Riven just so I had my YouTube streak. And I was like, yep, it's another Riven game because guess what? I don't want to play this game anymore. It was like, that's what every video. Anyways, level 7, this is a very high roll. Look who's there, my friend. Irelia. I also took Call to Chaos. Call to Chaos is generally really good, right? If it gives me a 3-star unit, like in this case, Call to Chaos, there's no misses, right? Some of the misses in Call to Chaos, like what can Call to Chaos give you? It can give you a frontline, like it gives you a bunch of like frontline Ornn items. It gives you the Giga snipers. It can give you the Giga like it gives you 3 snipers, or it can give you 3 what's it called? Hull crushers, which is a frontline item, right? And it can give you a 3-star 3 cost, right? Like all of these are good, right? For me at least. Even if they give me gold, it's good because I'm just going reroll and fast 9. I just level here instantly because I have enough gold, right? Obviously everything's super inflated. It's Pengu party, but I just instantly level. And I have 3 snipers on Irelia. Snipers are a really good Irelia item. She snakes and hits the whole board, so she gets a lot of value when she hits really far away units. But that's what I mean. There's really no miss with Call to Chaos here. I would have loved the Story Weaver +1 so I can play a little bit of a stronger board. But Call to Chaos, even if it gives me a 3-star 3 cost, that helps my Yordle trait because it just gives me 1 extra unit that I have already 3-starred, right? Which gets me closer to that 6 Yordles, right? Because when you get 6 Yordles, it summons some kind of Yordle monster, it said. And I was really excited to see what that was. I don't know if we're going to hit 6 3-stars here because, you know, the game, I had to sell those Zyras early. Imagine if I had 2 extra Zyras here. You know what I mean? Like I'm not close anymore because I had to sell some units to make bench space because I'm just too far off. But we'll see. We'll see. You never know. I'm not really talking too much about other people's boards. I'm hoping that you can see them kind of in come to fruition. Because I'll be honest, I didn't really know what was going on with other people's boards. There was some guy that had a mech. Like, a guy just fucking showed up and it was like giant robot. He just shit on my whole board. I don't know if it already happened or not. Oh, this guy's really strong because basically just has stacking damage. This guy's has Jazz in. There's the guy that has Imperial and Glacier, and both of those do a bunch of damage. It's the guy that's 100 streaking over here. He's ghostly, and he has like 2 giga damage traits. Like, when you fight him, you just get fucking deleted. It's so bad. Like, it's so crazy. It's insanely strong. So, that guy's really scary. That's like a giga combination if you see Imperial and Glacier. Here I just take a glove. You know, maybe I make a TG for somebody. Like I said, my items are pretty like shit and all over the place. Obviously, this isn't like a ranked game, so it's not gonna. I'm not actually gonna get punished. I finally hit the Sivir 3. It's pretty good for me. The Sivir 3 is less important for like the Sivir herself, but more important for just like having the Kale damage up. Right? I don't really want to itemize Sivir and put in a trick shot. I'd rather just keep like Altruist and Sage in, because both of these really help out my board as an entire board. This guy's just so strong, by the way. This guy has Jazz. And he went for like reroll Ari because he has Yordles. I kind of don't know what's going on. I think he wanted to do like a faded Dryad reroll, but he just didn't hit anything, which I think is just too far behind now to like summon his Giga Yordle. Oh yeah, this is the guy I was talking about that's just really strong. Like, this is just a standard board that just has a bunch of damage buff. Like, watch this shit. Like, I'm struggling out here. And then with the ghostly damage, holy. This Kane is just a demon. Double healing Kane as well. Featherweights. The thing is, he doesn't have any combat augments, so I can probably beat him if I just like hit some good shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully I can hit Riven 3 here eventually. Lee Sin offers a treasure armory, so this is great. I'm looking for any anti-heal item, and guess what I hit? Not only did I get Crest of Cinders, I also had sparring gloves, which is pretty dope. So now I run into a conundrum of, do I risk it for the biscuit? So I'm going to put red buff on Irelia, obviously, right? I'm going to make a Thieves Gloves, obviously. Now I put double of those items on here. I decided to reforge it just in case I hit like a Giga Ornn artifact. Instead I hit a Horizon Focus. Horizon Focus is really only playable on Lux and Nautilus, right? And technically Wukong, but it's not that good on Wukong compared to these two. But it's really only like these 2 units that can use it. This is what I hate about Ornn artifacts. It's like, oh, I hope I hit, and then you just find some fucking shit that's like unclickable. It's literally unusable on my board. Which I know I reforged it. I could have just kept the Sniper's Focus and put on Zoe or Zyra, and it would have been fine. But I decided to risk it, so I know that. Now this is a kind of useless unit, useless item. I should just slam it on somebody, just like, you know, it's stats, right? But, you know, I could try and fit in a Nautilus onto this board in a couple turns, right? Like, I just have to, like, swap out somebody for Nautilus. And then here, this is what confuses me, right? I hit a Kabuko because it's a bruiser. This is what I mean by, I think Yordle rolls the cost of the unit and then decides, like, if it fits your board. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't looking for, hey, what's your, like, most used trait? Story Weaver. Let me give you a Story Weaver. It's kind of like, I think Yordle decides if it's giving you a 1 cost, a 2 cost, or a 3 cost. And because I already have all the Story Weaver 1 cost bought, that's why it gave me a Kabuko. I think that's what happened, right? Which is a little unfortunate. I thought that if I bought all the Garens and all the Sivers, then it would just like, always give me Rivens. Like, that was my goal. Like, I thought that it would just always give me Rivens later. But it didn't. So, you know, it is what it is. Also, I don't know if the Yordle trait, it says like units. I don't think Kale counts as a unit, but Kale is technically a 3-star. So I really want to see if I hit 5 3-stars, does it count that I get the Yordle thing because the Kale is a 3-star? Does anybody know? If you know, put it in the comments. Does Kale count for Yordle trait? Pengu party specific tech. Here I make a Guinsoo. I figure that I can just put like Shiv on the Sivir as well. And then Sivir has pretty good attack speed, I think, compared to Zyra. So I can just like get a bunch of Shiv damage off, right? And have them like have a lot of shred basically for the backline and stuff like that. But I'm just building econ. I need to roll eventually a little bit. There's an extra Galio, you know, who knows? I might as well start buying some Galios. 2 off of Riven, you know, hopefully I can find some on level 9. I know the odds are very low, but I was really hoping that, like, in my thought process, I thought that once I 3-star Sivir and Garen, that then the game will just give me Riven, Zyras, and Zoes. I didn't know that it will start giving me, like, random 1 costs. That was my bad. In my head, it was going to work out a lot better, you know, because statistically, I'd only need, like, 3 or 4 more turns to hit everything. It's okay. I also need to figure out who I'm 3-starring on my last unit, because I think Diana is probably okay here, but like I didn't really natural any of the other 3-cost units that much. I can also play Lee Sin over somebody. There's a Rakan here. I'm rolling a little bit because I'm trying to like figure stuff out. I should maybe hold this Soraka. This guy just absolutely shit on me. I forgot what this guy's board is. I'm trying to find it. What was this guy? Oh, let's see. Oh, this was the mech pilot. Yeah. I don't know what happened here. Like, mech, he gets a super mech, and then they gain a bunch of damage. Like, that was crazy. Anyways, I'm rolling a little bit now, because I'm trying to see if I can find some direction of upgrades. Right, I can also play Alawi for Warden, because I do have a Garen 3, so Warden would be nice. I put in Wukong here, because it gives me Heavenly, but also Wukong can actually use the Horizon Focus item. So I figured, I might as well like put it on Wukong. Like, let's try it out, because Wukong does do stun sometimes. So like that's why it's not very good on him, but it's like okay. Also, I don't know what happened here, but this guy just like wrapped my whole board. I don't know if I lose this fight because my Kale is pretty strong, and I have Sajin. Yeah, the set goes the wrong way, so my Kale lives. So I think I win this fight anyways. But like, holy shit, that was scary. He just walked up and killed it. Also, I haven't found Irelia yet. Right, I'm level 9. I don't even think I'm contested Irelia. I'm just looking for Irelia too, and I haven't found a single copy of Irelia. Besides the one I found on level 7, but obviously that was high roll, so I can't complain too much, you know? Anyways, this was a really fun game. I was having a lot of fun this game. I think the problem is, like, me as a person, like, I was just feeling the competitiveness. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's for fun, but I was like, oh, I should position better. Oh, I should have done this better. Oh, damn it, I messed up this round. Like, I feel like I've ruined my brain playing so much TFT that now every time I, like, look at this board, like, I'm not thinking about it like it's for fun and there's no elo and I should do something silly. Like, I'm looking at this like, I need to win this. I am in a good spot here. I can play for like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I gotta like figure some shit out, you know? I feel like you know what I mean? Like, I'm so focused on a game when it's for fun and there's not even ranked attached to it, and I'm like trying to out position people and stuff. It's like I should just be like re-rolling, but I should just be pressing the D button as much as possible and try and 3-star everything, get my Yordle trade in, right? Because me, I'm thinking like, ooh, I gotta build econ here to make sure that I hit Irelia 2, because the Irelia 2 damage is probably more important than this Yordle damage. And it's like, no, I should just be re-rolling for the Yordle thing. I should just re-roll on level 7, right? Because the whole point of this is that I wanted to see what the Yordle looked like, and I'm not close to 6 3-stars, right? I have 1, 2. I have 2 3-stars with Yordle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to have 6 3-stars with Yordle. Anyways, this is looking kind of silly. I'm finding a lot of Galios. So yeah, I guess we're gonna play towards Galio here. We're gonna play for the Galio 3 out. I put in this dude because I have more copies of it. I don't know. But I want to play maybe Diana because I have a couple copies of Diana now. I don't know. I really want to play towards the Yordle. I want to 3-star something. I'm just not hitting the other units, right? Like, I think it's sell this. Hold on to the Zoe. I need to hold on to the Zoe because Zoe's one of the units I have to 3-star. I still haven't found another copy of Irelia. You know that doesn't that seem a little bit crazy to you? Like, I know I found it on level 7, but this is what I mean by your luck kind of averages out a lot of the time, right? Like, it was very high roll to find it early. Yes, it obviously put me in a really good spot. Yes, but like, I have not found another Irelia. Okay, I found an Irelia, but you know what I mean, right? It took me the whole game to find that Irelia. Also, I shouldn't have sold this. Why did I sell the Diana? I need to 3-star something. God damn it. Also, I should put Hui in this whole time. I would have already had Riven 3. Am I gonna sell Diana? Just sell that. And I should have kept the Diana. Oh no. It's okay. I'm playing too much not for fun. That's the problem with this video. Is that I'm not playing for fun. But it's okay. Could be worse. I'm like 2 off of Galio, so I should probably start rolling before people start holding. So I'm probably just gonna send it to 0 this turn. Try and find as many copies of Galio as I can. Okay, we're 1 off Galio. So now I'm just in Galio mode. And guess what? We just hit Galio. I hit Galio 3 before I hit Irelia 2. Can we talk about that? Anyways, guess what? That's 1 more 3-star. Only 3 more 3-stars. I thought I was gonna hit Riven 3, Zyra 3, Soraka 3. No, I hit Galio 3. Yordles. Oh, it's so funny. I don't even know how. People aren't even holding that many 4 costs. I have better luck in this game. Like, I had better luck finding Galios in this game than I did finding, like, fucking Irelias. Really? Really? Where's this in my normal games? I played rank. I go 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. I lose all my LP. Anyways, finally, Riven 3. All right. Does the game end? We just need 2 more 3-stars, and then we can hit the Giga Yordle. Okay, we just need 2 more 3-stars, and then we can hit the Giga Yordle. This guy has a lot of HP to work with, and I have a lot of HP. So like, as once he's like 1 life, I can start sacking, and then we can make it to like 6. We can make it to 6, the 6 3-stars, so we can get the Giga Yordle, right? I'm totally down for Giga Yordle. I think Galio would rather just have tank items. I know I put guard breaker on before, but I'll just put guard breaker on Sivir. Who cares? This guy was the really strong guy that was streaking the whole game. Yeah, I have Galio though, so I don't think he wins anymore. All right, how much HP did he lose? He lost 20 HP. So in 3 turns, I have 3 turns to hit another 2 3-stars, and then I get like, this is what I mean. I thought I didn't think this would happen. I thought I would get like the units that I wanted to get, but I don't get them, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I have really good Irelia. I still don't have Irelia 2, by the way. I still don't have Irelia 2. This guy's going for Morgana as well as Kai'Sa. His body's kind of in the way, and with the set encounter, it's hard to see. I found 1 Kai'Sa, but that's why I'm rolling to 0 every round, right? I should econ if I want. I could econ if I want to. But this is what I mean by being like giga competitive. You know what I mean? Like, I'm holding on to this Kai'Sa in a game where LP doesn't matter. It's like, who cares if he's holding on to Kai'Sa? You know what I mean? Like, who cares if I'm holding on to the Kai'Sa? Right? Like, I shouldn't. I should just sell it. Like, if he hits Kai'Sa 3, like, isn't that good for me? Like I get to play Yordles. It's Kai'Sa 3 versus Galio 3. I don't know. This is what I mean by I can't turn it off. I can't turn off the switch because it's like built into my intuition. So like, you know, there's so many times I was playing this Pengu party game. This is why I usually don't play these extra game modes. I feel like it's just bad for everybody. Because like, for example, for me, it's like, it doesn't really change like my enjoyment that much. But at the same time, I feel like I'm ruining other people's lives. Also, I get another Rek'Sai. Really couldn't give me a Zyra. But that's what I mean. Like, I feel like, anyway, I put double Guinsoo Shiv because I feel like that'll be a little bit stronger, especially now with the Galio. I just want to constantly shred the backline, and the Galio can do a bunch of damage. What was I gonna say? It's like, I should just let this guy hit. You know what I mean? Anyways, he's selling his board for like a Kai'Sa. I don't know why. And he just FFs. I don't know if I pissed him off. I think I might have pissed him off. But, you know, I don't know why he's upset. Like, I should have sold the Kai'Sa and help him hit. But I don't know why he was like 40 HP. Like, maybe he had somewhere to go. Like, he sold his whole board like a round early. You know what I mean? Like, he gave up like a round early. Like, he has 2 whole rounds to try and find a 3-star unit. But he just kind of quit. Which was, you know, unfortunate because, as you can see, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if this counts, but I was hoping it counted. I really wanted to hit one of these as a 3-star and then C or both of them. But yeah, that was the Pengu party game. It was supposed to be fun, you know, all obvious that I was talking about. It was ultra competitive. Taking it with a grain of salt. Hopefully it was a fun watch. You know, you can try out Pengu party as well. I didn't really know how to make a Pengu party vid besides just making the same styles I normally do. But of course, you know, this will just be the one-off because I did the poll and it was very close. So I want to make one, but at the same time, I don't want to, you know, if it was much more of a landslide, I'd do a couple more of these, but this will just be the for fun video of the week. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. and I'll see you sometime later, you know? Sometime I'll stream eventually when it gets cooler. Goodbye.